How you doing, family? Okay, welcome to another Bantu Tesla video. And today's date is November 20th. Again, this is part 4 of my video series where we are going to focus on tech and wealth building. Okay, I'm going to continue and pick it up where I left off, showing you a chart of some different cryptocurrencies that I think are leading right now in the cryptocurrency movement. So I want you to be familiar with them, be comfortable with them, and this way you'll be able to invest with confidence and not be stressed out. Enjoy. Graph I want to talk with you about. We're going to move now over from Tesla, which and I want to talk with you about these coins here, which is I have each one of them broken down. This blue one is Solana. That's another coin that is going to be exploding, okay, in the near future in terms of cryptocurrency. So now I'm shifting over to cryptocurrency. I'm shifting over Tesla. When I talk Tesla, I'm kind of talking wealth building because I'm really trying to articulate for you more reasons why you really need to jump on this Tesla stock. Okay, so I'm still talking about wealth building, but I'm coming at it from the more technical perspective. Okay, so these are the stocks I want you to focus on here, family. Bitcoin is number one right here. You got the Bitcoin. Okay, let me get my drawing tool here. Ethereum coin. Okay, that's another one. Then we got Solana, which is another coin, okay, that I want you to focus on. Then we got Cardano, which is ADA USA. And then, of course, you know about Doge already. We know about Doge, right? We know about the Doge coin. That's been a popular, even with Elon, he's very popular. He's very excited about this particular coin. He really likes it. And then we have a new one, which is my Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is the new kid on the block, as well as Shiba Inu is new. Shiba Inu is new. Cardano is new. And Solana is new. These are all new coins that I want you guys to start trickling into. You can get it on I think one of the more safer platforms is Coinbase, and the other one is Voyager, but I could not get Coinbase to work for me for some reason. I don't know why, but so I switched over to Voyager, and I'm still stuck with Robinhood right now, and I'll find a way. I'm still training and taking a lot of training on this stuff, and I want you to see here the training that's really available to you that's free, and that I want to really point that out to you right now. So let me get my selection tool here. I want you to see this right here in terms of training. Okay, this is a free website right here, right? It's called The Art of Trading, right? This is the name, this is the guy, it's just some guy, he's just doing a free YouTube for you. And he just will give you step by step. I'm going to include this in the description below so you can go there. And he's going to teach you about this particular charting program. This is one of your most powerful analytical tools is your charting program. And this is a free program, fam. Well, it's not free. They do have a free version of it. I have a professional version that I'm using, but they do have a free version of this, and that just has a little less tools for you. And I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't want to confuse you. They have a lot of stuff going on over here. I don't want to confuse you. So once you go to this particular YouTube here, he will teach you blow by blow, step by step, and teach you a navigation so you can find all the tools and how everything works. And again, they're doing it all at no cost. It's all free, family. This is what we YouTubers are bringing to the game. We're giving you expensive, groundbreaking, mind-boggling, skull-splitting information that is going to make you a millionaire, okay? And we're doing it at no cost. It's completely free to you and to me. And I'm just spreading the word because I've been able to take advantage of it. And this has helped me to make the decisions that I was able to make once my mom sold a house. So now we're going to be, I did some back of the napkin calculations, family. And if Bitcoin, Tesla, Ethereum, and any one of the others, other than that we own right now, does what they're proclaiming, what Kathy Woods is telling us that's getting ready to happen, and 3 or 4 of my other top analysts are all pointing, all of the indicators, all the data, all of the information is pointing to this paradigm shift away from fiat dollars into cryptocurrency and digital wallets. And the security and the safety of it is going to make it so compelling that even now the institutions, the big banks, all of the big corporations are all, even mayors are asking to be paid in Bitcoin. Family, that's a paradigm shift in the way that we value wealth, value money, value currency. We're shifting away from dollars and their weakness and their shakiness into solid, unhackable, because it's so, it's encrypted. That's the word, encrypted. I'm dealing with cryptocurrency. All this crypt stuff is getting tongue-tied here, but it's encrypted and locked in a box. And the process that they use with blockchain, and it's, it makes it so that it cannot be hacked. And in addition to that, it's limited. There were only, I think they said 22 million Bitcoins minted, okay, and mined, and that's it. You can't get any more. You have to create another coin now. But those 22 million coins are gone. 20 million of them are gone. There's only 2 million coins circulating, being bought and sold. And pretty soon, when the big institutions come in, family, those 2 million coins are going to get wiped out. Because as they said, somebody said they're like 55 billionaires in the world, who each one of them could at any point buy 5, 10, 20, 100,000 coins, okay, out of 2 million that's left over. So once they get all bought up, family, then the only thing they can do now is jack the price up. And that's why they're predicting that Bitcoin is going to go to $500,000 by 2025. If that happens, and you have one of those coins, you just made $500,000 with just one coin. And if Ethereum goes to $100,000 per coin, and you have 6, 7 of those coins, 10 of those coins, 15 of those coins, you got $1,500,000, which is $1.5 million just with Ethereum all by itself. Okay, so if you combine the 500,000 and 1.5, you got $2 million just in coins alone. We're not even talking about Tesla, family. We're not even talking about Tesla. Okay, so that's more or less where we are, and where we are as a family, because my mom has trusted me, and to take this knowledge, this wealth of knowledge that I have, and apply it. We sold the house. Now we've taken that money and dumped it immediately into the market. Now we don't care if the market crashes. In fact, we hope it crashes, because we got enough cash on the side now. We can jump in and get stuff real cheap. So we got about $30,000, $40,000 sitting on the side, just waiting a major crash or something to happen, so we can jump in and get something real cheap. Bargain basement prices. That's what we're waiting for. And see, this is what I want you to get comfortable with as a long-term investor. Now you're waiting for red. You want to see bloody red, something on a pandemic level where, and hopefully we won't die in the process. We live through it and we play it smart. All right, we'll stay healthy, but we can take advantage of this now and move my whole family, all of us, into a multi-million-dollar level. See, all because somebody is taking knowledge and they're applying it wisdom, and they're accepting, and what I'm doing is using my critical thinking skills and my techno background, from my mechanical techno background with my love of computers. Okay, and I'm synthesizing all of that knowledge together and converging all that knowledge together and applying it to the data and the information that I'm getting daily. And I'm seeing opportunities where we can invest. I can invest between me and my mom working together. We can invest and move our entire family in a higher economic level, so that hopefully they can begin to adjust their lifestyle, and the pressure, relieve some of the stress and the pressure of them being concerned about where they're going to get their next meals. Okay, we can eliminate all of that stress, the terror, and all of that fear out of the life, and begin to come out into the daylight and see the real world for what it is, because you got rid of the stress. Okay, and that's what money can do for you. It can eliminate stress. It won't necessarily make you happy, but if you go over to my Bantu Morpheus video a library, and look at that, and look at the spiritual work and the spiritual work developments that I have done on myself, and look at all the available data and analysis that is there to help free you from the paranoia and the terrorism of the religions and all of the lies and fairy tales that they are pushing on you to jack up your mind and get you bogged down in a matrix of lies that keep you terrorized and living in fear in order to keep you under their control. My job is to free you from all of that nonsense. So even though you can have all the money in the world, if your mind is not free from the terror and the lies and the myths and the nonsense that's in these religions, you'll never find happiness and peace. You can't do it. That, because most of religions are praying for an apocalyptic end of the world, and there's nothing positive and good about that. I'm sorry, spiritually or whatever, there's nothing good about it. And you know what religion I'm talking about. Got you drinking blood and eating the body of some cannibalistic ritual of somebody that they murdered. It's just corruption on a level you can't even get your head around, folks. And you got to study your history, study paleontology, study archaeology, study long before there were religions and all this stuff, and see for yourself. Think critically. When you see it, you know what you're looking at. Accept it. Make your own judgments. Learn to define everything for yourself. And that will free your mind of the terror and all of the lies and the fairy tales and the nonsense, the matrix of lies that they've been pumping on you since you were born. You don't have a prayer without somebody like me to point you and give you the analysis and show you the absurdity and the outrageous ridiculousness of the things they got you believing. And it's wrecking your life, and it's destroying your happiness, and got you bogged down in basketball wives and long fang nails and all this nonsense that doesn't add up to nothing. And it leaves you out of control and at the whim of the madness that they push on you through programming in this television. And you've got to free your mind from that. And the only way you can do that is you got to go within, as Lauryn Hill says. Free your mind of the trappings of the physical world, only in the sense that you can regain control, step back, step out of the matrix of lies, go into self, and separate and see the flesh vehicle and that intelligence that's running this, which you're going to find out about on my Bantu Morpheus video series. And you'll free your mind of all of this terror. And you can love yourself exactly for what you are and where you are, and grow to have a overwhelming appreciation for life in a new way, where your mind is free and you're happy, because for the first time in your life, you are in control of everything that happens in your life. Family, and that can only come from gaining knowledge and wisdom. through facts, okay, and science, and then apply your judgment through common sense, reasonable, just decency. Just apply it, and you're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be free. You're gonna be where I am, and you can have the joy and the happiness that you were always meant to have. And my job is to just to point out where all the landmarks are and all the landmines and all of the things that are stumbling blocks that are stopping you from gaining control over your life for yourself. And the way you do that is by building wealth. And the way you build wealth is by forming new habits, okay? And get into seeing, my job is to draw this picture for you so you can see how much there is out here for you, family. It's just so much out here for you. And you just need people like me to point you in these directions. So I'm going to segue away from this. I wanted to show you this training course that they have here. And this website, again, I'm going to have that down in the description for you. Okay. And it'll show you how to set up all of these different coins and how to see them on the graph. And you can see the movement of them as we progress on in through 2022, 2023, 24, and 25. Okay. And I mentioned this at the last video that now to show you how Tesla is so avant-garde and so next level and so smart and so sharp. They went into when we had the COVID pandemic just hit back in 2020 and on through 2021, a lot of the legacy automakers like GM, Ford, and a couple of the others, I don't know exactly who, but there were a couple of the other ones, all did the same thing. Instead of, and because they don't function from a cooperative mindset, they function more out of a combative competition mindset, which is kind of brute, dumb brute, vulture capitalist kind of mentality. And so they're not that smart. So when the new changes come in, they can't embrace it. So what they do is they do knee-jerk reactionary things like getting mad at the producers and canceling their orders, trying to save a few dollars. And when they did that, Tesla went over and found all the orders that they canceled, and Tesla went in and doubled their orders while the rest of them, all the legacy automakers canceled their orders. Tesla went in and doubled theirs because there was more capacity. They found out about it and they went in and doubled it. Because Tesla is always trying to be better, be smarter, and do better and get better. Okay. And while the other ones are playing games, Tesla is just listening to see if they're doing another stupid checker move. And Tesla does a chess move. And they'll go suck up all of the chips that they canceled from all the chip makers. Tesla ran in and jumped on all of them. And that's why Tesla was able to take the software end of their, what do you call it? And of their business, the software engineers, and they figured out ways how to take the chips that were available and reprogram them to do what they needed it to do because they're so vertically integrated, okay? So they totally control everything in that stack, and they don't have any outside people controlling any aspect of their programming of their chips and how they assign the chips in their vehicles. And that's why Tesla was able to increase their production when the other automakers, legacy automakers, all had to reduce theirs. And that's very obvious in this chart here. I'm going to stop sharing and go and show you this chart. Okay, this is the chart I wanted you to see. Bring this to the front. And again, I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but I want you to see this, family. I want you to see the importance of this chart here. See, because here you see where this is where when the chip shortage hit, right here you can see where, okay, let me get my annotation tool. Okay, now you see here, this is what when the chip shortage hit, it really hit in 2019 and 2020. Okay, in 2019 and 2020, This is where the chip shortage hit. And all of the legacy automakers canceled their orders because the sales, they couldn't get the chips. All right. And people stopped buying cars because people couldn't go to work. They didn't want to leave home. They didn't want to do anything. They couldn't go on vacation. So people stopped buying cars. And so when that happened in 19 and 20, Tesla increased their sales. And what this chart doesn't show you is that over here, there was another between 20 and 2021, which we just went through. Tesla's sales were able to increase while the rest of these back over here, they all continued downward. And their sales actually have gotten even worse than what you see right now. Okay, those charts haven't been created yet. And I want you to see that, family. That's where Tesla leaped ahead of all of the major automakers, Ford and GM in particular. But they kicked Volkswagens behind, they kicked Audis behind, they kicked Toyotas behind, all of them. They wiped them all out. And Tesla is the fastest selling car in Europe and China and America, all over the world. Family, it's just incredible. All right, so I wanted you to see this. All right, and let's go back. But I wanted you to be able to see this, family. And this is very important. Okay, very important that you understand what's going on with these charts. All right, so you're going to see here, again, you're going to see this parabolic growth with Tesla. It's going to be parabolic, family. It's going to be parabolic. I mean, it's going to go straight up. All right, and I want to talk to you about this flywheel concept. There's the concept of a flywheel. Flywheel talks about a company that is already beginning to grow, and they have so many different products coming online that are profitable and growing in profitability, that they become a self-perpetuating, a self-fulfilling kind of self-driving product or company because of all of their products. Okay, and that's what creates a flywheel effect. A flywheel is designed to keep a motor running when all of this, one of the cylinders are not firing, and give it a chance to catch up and fire and keep the momentum going of the wheel. And that's why they call it a flywheel. It's a very heavily weighted wheel with hundreds of pounds in weight. And its job is to spin and keep the cylinders and all the different moving parts in a combustion engine in cycle, in sync, so that they will continue to fire on time smoothly and keep the engine running. That's what a flywheel does. Well, that's what that concept of a flywheel is, what they talk about when they talk about Tesla. They're talking about, they have so many innovative new products and technologies coming out that they come out so fast that the momentum of the progress and growth of the company and margin and profits and on all the different financial levels are all firing at the same time. And they're firing so fast and feeding into each other that it creates a flywheel effect. And you're going to hear that in a lot of the terminology and the different analysts that you'll be listening to as I show you from time to time. Okay, and so keep that concept in mind. So let's look at the concept. We've talked about convergence. We talk about paradigm shifts. We talk about flywheel effect. We talked about profit margins and how fast Tesla is growing. We talked about parabolic growth, which is growth that is straight up. We talked about S curves, which is, again, where we are just starting now with Tesla in 2021, 2022, and it's just starting to go up. So the next step for Tesla is going to be parabolic. And this is why we're saying that by 2025, the stock is going to be easily $3,500 a share. Okay, easily $3,500 a share. You don't have to really go out your way and do too much to get that. All right. What I wanted to show you here is when we talk about the growth in Tesla and the efficiency I recently watched a video by my buddy Best in Tesla, and he produced this slide in his video presentation, and I took a screenshot of this one. I wanted to show you because I want you to look at this and see how many different parts Tesla is going to be eliminating, and how many robots and how many welding stations they're going to be eliminating with both the front casting of the car and the rear casting of the Model Y in particular. Okay, and then they're going to be doing this with all the other cars as they do revamps. Okay, and just in general, the way they're going to make the cars. One of the two things I want to show you is in this particular slide how this particular what do you call it? This particular process of a casting of the rear, the casting of the front, and the casting of the entire centerpiece here, all right, which is the what do you call it, integrated battery. Okay, that's what's going to be here. So these three pieces right here are allowed Tesla to cut out 528 different operations, so that they no longer have to do them. They just do three. I mean, it might be two or three steps to create this. They call the battery, the battery in infrastructure, the structural battery, as they call it, the structural battery. Okay, which will be attached to this rear casting. This is the rear casting right here. This is the rear casting over here. This is rear casting, and this is the front casting, which each one of them is going to save them 300 robots. And then the structural battery pack is going to save them God knows how many other robots. But all together, between the 300 robots in the front, the 300 robots in the back, and what the giga casting is going to do, they're going to save around 525 different steps in the manufacturing of the frame of the body that's going to save Tesla, which is going to cause all of that savings to be merged into the profit of Tesla with the sale of each car. So now the cars will make more money for Tesla because of these efficiencies. Okay, that's the key point I want you to understand about what you're looking at here. Okay, family. So I wanted to point that out to you. And I queued this up for you because I wanted you to see this, family. This is a clip. Zach and Jesse from the father and son team of Now You Know. All right. They are, because what they're going to do here is they're going to bring in Sandy Monroe, and he's going to explain to you how what Tesla is doing is so mind-boggling and devastating to the original equipment manufacturers, because the original equipment manufacturers are incapable of change. They're so conservative, and they're so desperate to preserve this mythological white supremacy. It comes out of the same mentality that drives the motivation of most vulture capitalists, and it's not really their fault. They've been trained to do this, folks, all their lives. This is all they know. They don't know anything else, okay? And so they're accustomed to having these special privileges, or the belief. They're accustomed to sharing a mass hysteria belief about some fake supremacy or special privileges that they should get purely because they're white. They created a whole category of humans that they have self-empowered themselves to the notion that because their skin is white, they should expect and always have a superior position solely because their skin is white. not because they're smarter, not because they're nicer, not because they're more decent, but just purely because they're white. That this is the myth that has been created and is mentally driving most of the people that share this myth like a religion. It's a cult, that they believe they really have these rights. And when you challenge those rights, or they see tangentially those rights being challenged, they panic. The mental illness that it triggers as a reaction to the mythological belief that they have some entitlement to preferential treatment over and above others purely because they believe that they are white. Not that it's true, but there's millions of them. There's 78 millions of them that voted for Donald Trump that have bought into the mythological belief that they are entitled to preferential treatment over and above everybody else, especially people of color. And that mentality is the same mentality that drives the OEMs, that they are untouchable, they are the smartest, the best, and all this other stuff because they're white. That's what they believe. All right. So that sickness and mental illness has trickled into every aspect of what they do. And they have had total dominance over the manufacturing of cars for so long, they figure nobody can do it better. And Japanese have the same sickness, mental illness, that because they have dominated for so long, nobody else can do better than them. They just buy into the hook, line, and sinker. And Tesla's coming along and saying, that ain't working no more. We're here to purely do things for the sake of advancing the transition of the world into sustainable, renewable energy usage and creation. Okay, and then let me say it reversely. They're transitioning the world from using fossil fuel and internal combustion engines into using and creating free energy superpower, as Tony Seba calls it, superpower from the sun through solar roofs and solar panels and battery backup systems to capture that energy. That's the creation of the energy. And now the usage of the energy through the battery backup system to power your individual home, and at the same time sell your excess power to the grid at a profit for you, making your electric bill fundamentally zero. And now you're getting paid for the energy that your solar roof is making and your batteries are holding, okay? That's a paradigm shift, and Tesla is dedicated to doing that, okay? At the same time, they're going to take your excess power and they're going to also shift into taking that electrical power and using it to mine cryptocurrency. This is what the auto bidder software is going to do. That's a paradigm shift in the way you utilize your energy that you have created free from the sun. Paradigm shift, family. Ain't nobody doing this but Tesla. And I told you, when you say that, stock goes parabolic. So when you got the convergence of cryptocurrencies now, marrying up with this technology, this is a skull-splitting revolutionary change and innovation in the way we utilize energy, the way we make energy, and the way we make money and grow our wealth using these new techniques that only Tesla is bringing to the game, family. So the more you get in on it now, by 2025, when the rest of the world wakes up and figure out what the hell is going on and which way is up, you'll already be in the money. You'll be a six-figure. You'll easily be six figures and probably seven figures. 7 figures is $1 million. That's 7 figures. 6 figures is $100,000. 200,000, 300, 500, 700, $900,000. Okay, that's 6 figures. When you go into the million, you're into the 7-figure range. you'll easily be in the six-figure range, family, with buying into this Tesla stock, buying into Bitcoin, buying into Ethereum, buying into Cardano, buying into Solana coin. Family, there's just money to be made left and right from all of this knowledge, and you got to be in on it. I'm gonna make sure that you are on it, okay? And so one of the things I wanted to tell you about that Tesla is doing that's keeping it, keeping what they call a moat. A moat is when these Europeans used to build castles, they would build moats to try to keep the savages out, the uneducated masses of their people, because 99% of the people in Europe were uneducated, and they're mostly barbarians. And they sicked that when they finally started getting into the age of enlightenment, when they started bumping into Africans, and the Africans started teaching them how to bathe and how to stop eating each other, get away from the cannibalism from the ice, which is what they had to do to survive. Okay, the Africans taught them about astrology, astronomy, the sciences, math, language, alphabets, bathing, certain human advancements that happened while they were stuck in the caves for 100,000 years. Okay, in the ice age, they got bogged down in that. And when they came out, they were savage animals. And that's when they became these quote unquote fair skin, skinny nose, skinny lip, no bunkie, straight haired white people. Okay, these are mutated Africans. Everybody's an African. Everybody, the whole world started in Africa, and then it branched out from there. And then it morphed into these mulattoes and different shades, and they're intermarrying, and ice age happening and causing the albinism. And then they're going into these becoming whites and all this Paleolithic transformations that have happened over history, millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years. When you study all that, you'll understand. And so you need that background, and to take that critical thinking and bring it into the modern day and apply it to what you see going on here, and it'll all begin to make sense. But the most important thing I wanted you to see about this is what Tesla is doing as a paradigm shift, another paradigm shift in the way they do their manufacturing. Tesla is so next level, 10 years ahead of the rest of these guys, that in Ford and GM, if you want to make a change to their manufacturing line of any kind of innovation or improvement, you got to go through committee. And the committee will take anywhere from 6 months to 5 years to implement those changes in the manufacturing line. Tesla is so next level that what they do is, let me show you what one of the key things they have. Well, you know what, before I do that, let me show you what Sandy Monroe, who is a top engineer, worked with Ford for 30 years. He's making some warnings here about China and about Tesla and about why Tesla is so far ahead.
The things we have talked about here, the ECUs, the fuses, the relays, the thermal system, the wires, the casting, the battery packs, add up to something like 700 less pieces Tesla will not use in their Model Y coming out of Burlington, Texas, than what Ford is doing with their Mach-E. No wonder Ford and Volkswagen are finally waking up and starting to become afraid of Tesla. Because as Sandy Monroe has shown before, just 3 small studs Tesla has eliminated adds up to a lot of money over time. And then try to imagine what Tesla saved on 700 pieces. That is not just a little stud. This is mind-blowing. And it is even worse than they might think. Because yes, Tesla might make their cars with 1,000 less pieces than the other guys, but that will change by the end of next week. Because as Joe Justice said, that has worked for Tesla for years, helping them become agile and use Scrum to make a weekly sprint, which will improve their production line every single week. Yes, week.
You look at a company that has Tesla, it's 27 changes in production.
So even if...
Okay, so there you have it. That is actually the part I wanted you to see, family. 27 changes per week. That's what Tesla is doing right now. It may drop down to a smaller number, but let's not nitpick. Let's just accept the data and let's apply it to our investment process, family. This is not personal. This is not emotional. This is facts and movement and judgments and decisions based on facts and science. Follow the science, family. Make the money. Don't get into the emotion. This is not basketball wives. This is not entertainment. This is wealth building. Okay, take the data, apply it to your decisions, make the money. Okay, this is basically what I wanted you to see here. I'm not going to bog you down with the rest of this. And I'm going to wrap up this thing because I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover for you. That was something very important I wanted you to see. And I want you to see here, this is my a long-term investment website, family. This is what we have been working on. I have been working on with you for the last God knows how long. All right. And I want you families to see that I have all of this stuff here, all of this information, you know, that has happened in this past week. And you can click on these modules, you click on these websites and click on this, boom, it's going to take you to this training that I had told you was available, you know. Well, it's supposed to, yeah. And from this website, you can click on and go down and you can click on these modules right here. And this guy is going to teach you everything you need to know about cryptocurrency. Just by way of example, that's what I'm doing here. I want you to see how easy it is to go and get this information from the website that I have put together here for you at Facebook, family. I'm giving you all this free knowledge. All you got to do is take it, absorb it, take your time, replay it, pause it, go back behind and you know, go play it again until you get it. If you got to go and Google up some of these words and figure out what they mean, take your time and do it. And don't give up and keep coming back. All this information, all this data, all this free knowledge and all these experience. These are guys who all have massive experience with cryptocurrency, with Tesla, with stock investing in general. You got so much information. Cut that TV off, get your asses on YouTube and start learning this information and learning these techniques and filling your mind with knowledge and wisdom. And then make the decisions. And these things are going to help you be more confident about what you're doing. Look at all of this information that I'm giving you, family, here for free. All these guys are doing, all us YouTubers are doing this stuff free of charge, not charging you anything. Okay. All you have to do is, you don't even have to read. All you got to do is just watch the movies and look and learn. As we used to say years ago, look and learn. It's all here. It's all free. You all have access to it, family. Just go online, take advantage, go to these websites. You can click back on my thing. Here you can see clear. This is my list of analysts that I go through and websites and YouTubers. And all I do is click on, like say, if I want anything, like for instance, I want information about my buddy James here. He does the Invest Answers channel. I click on his channel, I go to his videos, right? And I go backwards, I go from left to right, and I go back and I look at all these videos, and I go down here, I look at all these videos, and I go and I look at all these videos, not all at once, at different times. And I may not sit there and watch them all, you know, but from there, you're going to begin to build a wealth of knowledge, and you can use that knowledge to make money for yourself, family. Okay, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'm going to thank you, and I'm sorry I've taken so much of your time, but and I'm going to chop this up and break it and try to break it up into 15-minute pieces, and come back and follow up with the next part. I'll probably have to break this thing up into 3 or 4 different parts. But I wanted you, family, to be able to see this, and I think I've given you everything I wanted you to have. And I'm happy and excited about our future together. Our future is so bright, family. All we have to do is just stay on target and never, ever give up. And we're gonna win. and we're going to be successful, and we're going to grow the happiness, and grow the joy, grow the peace, and grow the stability, and the decency and the fun in our lives. Okay, and this is going to happen. This is already in the process, and we're just getting started, family. Take care, one love, and I'll see you in the next movie.